So this lady caused an interesting controversy on Twitter. Apparently, she worked on Blizzard, and she comes out in the age of representation matters to say that none of their starting characters in their alpha build are white males. To which the quartering responded in a very funny way, saying, "Well, if I don't see myself in the game, if I'm not represented, then I'm not buying it. It's not for me." But this would make sense, right? Like, if representation genuinely mattered so much, plot twist, it doesn't, and they know it doesn't. What matters is relatability with the character. But if representation did matter, like you choosing out not to represent one of the biggest demographics is insanely bad for business. But not only you're doing that, you're also coming out and you're saying that, well, we just don't like that demographic. We find it icky. So Asmongold had a really good take on this. I absolutely love it. He's basically saying that most of the people that are into the industry and they're part of this type of ideology are upper middle class twats. Okay, and these upper middle class people, they fetishize minorities. They fetishize minorities because they never had minority friends. That they grow up in neighborhoods with people that looked exactly like them, and because of that, they have like this bizarre notion of the world that minorities require them to lead a crusade in their name. But basically, like, they want to be the hero of their own story. They want to be the hero of the anime, where they're rising up in the name of the oppressed. You know, like in Game of Thrones, that scene where the slaves that just been freed, they're raising Daenerys on their arms and they go, Misa, Misa. Literally that's how they view themselves. That's how they want to become. And in order to become that, right, like they want to say, well, look, I'm a white person, but I'm one of the good guys, right? Look, I make video games, and I just remove any white character that I find. And look how antagonistic I am towards other people, right? Am I not the good one? But the reality is, like, that ideology just doesn't fit with the rest of the world. Like, most normal people are looking at this, they're just bewildered. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I guarantee to you, every single person that's working class, that's middle class, everyone, regardless of race, gender, or identity, they're looking at her and like, what are you talking about? What? And it's not good for the business either. Like hatred just doesn't sell. I am so glad that I grew up in the 90s in a place where, no one cared about race, no one cared about any of those things. It was like you looked at the television and everyone made banter and jokes, and this idea of political correctness just doesn't exist. And I don't have hatred in my heart. I genuinely don't know how it's like to live like this person. To like constantly be obsessed over gender and race and everything you do. Everything you're in your life, you're obsessed with it. And how frustrating must it be when you realize that people don't buy your shit. Like you're making this product that you injected all the hatred into it, and then you realize that it doesn't sell. And most of the time it doesn't even sell, not because of your racism or hatred, but because you're so focused on those issues that you don't care about the things that actually matter. You don't care about, okay, how can I make this game entertaining? How can I make the gameplay more innovative? How can I create something that was never done before? What does the market actually want? Not what the consultants tell me, but what do the gamers actually want? They don't take a single second to think because they're absolutely obsessed with the gender and the race. And they're like, oh, what does the consultant say? What does the gender professor say? And that is their only concern. It's like a horse that wears those glasses so they can only see forward. So yeah, she got a lot of backlash on the internet. Of course, she had to backpedal. People looked into it. And what's interesting is that her entire team is white guys, except for one Asian dude. Which, yeah, like it justifies exactly what Asmongold said. These people have no real life experience outside of their little bubble, their little gated community where they grew up with like-minded people, all of them upper middle class twats, who already have everything. Like, I guarantee to you, this lady has everything. She never grew up with, oh, I wish I can get a PlayStation. But she doesn't have money to get one, so she like wants one for 2 years until the parents can finally afford to get her one, right? Like, she just... I am willing to bet that these people that are upper middle class Americans, it's like if they want a PlayStation, the next day they have one. If they want to take a trip to Las Vegas, the next week they're on a plane. Like, they have so much money that everything that they can desire is usually given with the snap of a finger. Sure, maybe they don't have money for like extreme things, like they don't have money to buy a mansion, or they don't have money to, I don't know, go on a helicopter ride. Maybe that, but like the mundane things, the common things, they genuinely do have money to do pretty much everything, right? So when you're in that position, when you have no more wants, the only thing that you have is creating a luxury ideology, an ideological framework where you now want to be seen as a champion. You want to be seen as a hero. But unfortunately, like, there's nothing for you to do. Right? You already live in one of the best countries in the world. You already have most of your problems solved. So you have to create issues. You have to create problems when there are none. And instead of focusing on making a good game, well, like, you're not really a gamer. You don't really care about that. But like, what you can do is push social justice, because that's easy. That's simple to do, right? So how do you do it? Well, we don't have any white male characters, which shows that we're elevated. And on top of that, I'm going to go on Twitter and tell people about it. And when people complain, it's like, look, they complain. They must be a racist. It's so fucking weird, right? So like, if I'm a black person and I see a guy saying, well, in my game, there's no black people. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're a racist for complaining. Does that make any sense? No. But they don't even see that. They don't even care. It's almost like, again, like, they don't need to have any logical framework in their ideology or anything like that. They usually just make up concepts to justify their fart sniffing. Again, this is just like one of the reasons why the AAA industry is like this. You don't see people like this in Japan. Japanese people just shut the fuck up and make video games. You don't see people like this in Korea. You don't see people like this in Poland. You don't see people like this even in Russia. Like there are other game developers outside of the Anglosphere, and they don't behave like this. They don't talk like this. I don't see Chinese people going around and insulting their customers or saying, we would never put this demographic in our game. So, well, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you behaving like a child? What do you want, a standing ovation? No, seriously, I'm genuinely curious what she expected when she posted this tweet. Like what was the reaction that she expected to have when she posted this unironically? Did she expect everyone to, like, smash that like button? Click follow? Like, not to mention, she's not doing anything different than the entire industry does already. Except, like, I guess she's bragging about it, So weird. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and if you want to support the channel, by scrolling down, there are 2 pinned comments, which will take you either to my Patreon or my Subscribe Star. And if you donate there, even as low as $5, you will get some of the best buyer's remorse on the internet. Guaranteed. Also, I do a live stream. There's a link there, and if you click on it, you can subscribe to my live stream. And hopefully, I will see you guys there. Take care.